All right, good late morning, everyone. Michael Venezia, head trader at Tradeview Markets. It's a Friday, end of the quarter, a little after 11. I'm sorry about being late. I actually was posting in the room a little after 11. I was just trying to, rearrange things as the market. By the way, I believe the last time the PCE came out, or the last time, that Friday, at the end of the quarter, the market went negative. I'm not saying it's happened today. What you want to happen, unless you're an energy bull, is appropriate at the moment, as there's a lot of profit. Listen, there's some movement. It's Nike breaking low. Nike came in $5. It's incredible. I wouldn't have thought that. All right, let me get to what's going on right now, because I have to shut off my screen. Actually, also, I'm not going to give the product that I should. I want to say a couple of things. If you haven't, we are getting more and more viewers. I can't really reverberate back to previous videos. FinTech outperforming the last couple of days. It is that AFRM. I saw that, except Square mark's not active. If you look at where I sold Square, you know what I mean? Here's where I sold Square today. I sold a lot. I sold 8,000 shares, 8,800 shares, as a matter of fact. Then I tried to buy it back here, Square on the. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right screen. I'll be a pro and look at my screen just because I have to make this point. New share. Okay, there's Square. All right, I sold. What was it? 45.60. I tried to buy it back at the opening range. The breakout 45.20 didn't work. Punted it. 44.84. Now it's 44.81. As I'll reverberate back to my screen here, I'll show you the live picture. Look at this Nike. You know what? I didn't think this would pull back like this. $12. Now it might get it. You know what? I don't know what I would do. The rest of the retail is still poor. Actually, Macy's had the pop. Kohl's, I thought I sold a pop. But you know what? That's going in the S&P 600 or something like that today. I made a good little schnitzel on Kohl's. Where is it? Position info. Oh, it didn't have it. Trust me, I did. You know what? I thought I got it. I sold 21.20. Then I went to 20.85. It was a retailing play. Obviously, Nike took up the other ones, like ON at the low. And I was saying, you know what? And I was giving it a lot of attention. It's almost like I can read the tape better before pre-market with thicker volume stocks than during the day, because a lot of VIX did look good earlier. Good point, man. I looked at that too. And I looked at Onion, and it really wasn't up that much in the morning, or it really wasn't taking much. So I'm like 26.25. Stock opens at 27.89. And by the way, you could have had a decent, you could have bought in it. I mean, you would have meant me to have paid up 40. I had it written down somewhere here, 40 or 50 cents, but you could still make money on the long. And I was surprised. Did pull back $1. Mark D in the room just pointed at Dick's Sporting Goods stores. Same thing, breaking the opening range breakout. I mean, this is, listen, I don't know. Yeah, wow, this is still a short. Yeah, no wonder. There's Dick's too. All right, let's look at the other one. Let's look at the American Sports Academy. This is one of my better shorts. But listen, let's see what Nike finishes. I'm surprised it pulled back this much. It's in the proverbial danger zone for me. If I'm going to do anything here, it's not going to be some sort of day trade thing where I buy 6,000 shares below the print at 95. Maybe I get whatever it may be. I need a volume. I see in this. I need volume. Well, there was a volume there. And note that's the biggest volume positive bar it's had all day. Note the price. You know what? It was under the strike price at 95. And objects, you know what? Nike might be around this area at $95 for the rest of the day, end of the quarter. I wouldn't be surprised. What's it going to go to? 96 right to the open? So, I mean, it's a lot of risk to take at a stock that has a $5 range. Granted, it was a fixed six-figure stock. I don't know what I would do with it here. It's more of, like I say, it's more of a macro situation for me. So I looked at Onion, Chewy. I punted a majority of it. I had a lot of it. If you looked, it might go up even long. You know what? This might be the big day. Usually it happens when the market, when a stock like that has a bounce with the volume. See, this day didn't have that volume. It usually rests one day and keeps going. But you know what? The whole sector is just horrible. Chewy, Wolf. Actually, Wolf bounced more than Chewy on a percentage basis. But you know what I mean? This Chewy is a situation. You know what? I know I'm gonna be pissed. Maybe it goes to 20. I say, well, I had 22. I don't look at it that way. Next, you know what I mean? What else are they moving on? Micron. I pointed out in this in the room before. Like earnings, like net earnings never happen. It was the 63.82 on Micron earnings yesterday, last evening, 2 evenings ago. And there you go. Like it never happened. And you know what? When Micron announced earnings, appreciate them. Mark, ask any questions. Please ask. The thing with Micron is, and you know, that might have been to the tip of the tape, is that Micron was down that day. And I know it's a cyclical stock that's not really emblematic of the majority of techs, but all the other stocks are positive. You know what I mean? Oh, and semiconductor yesterday, which normally goes with it, had a red, what do they call it, red to green. So, you know, they tried to take NMU. Am I upset that they didn't get MU down in the hole here? Not really. And I want to bring up a point that Mark D brought up here. He was short net, and he was short net at the correct technical level, but the stock was showing a lot of relative strength. Mark, I don't know what you're doing with it. I have no opinion here, but I think it also got taken up with the rest of the market. Part of me that day when you shorted it, a great technical spot, by the way, and it was appropriate. But then when it came time for it to really make the move, it didn't. And you know, that's what happened. Now it's probably coming to rest here. I don't have an opinion on it here. I haven't been watching it, but the other stocks have been acting well. CRO, the Roblox, taking calls the last 4 or 5 days and pointing out. No, you know, I'm not in it, but you know, everybody that's looking for one of these V-shaped, you know, bottoms when Roblox is all the way down to an, you know, whatever monthly or historically oversold level, technically, you know, everybody wants the $4 rip up. It usually, you know, rolls. You know what I mean? That's why I'm okay with letting the Chewy go, be Chewy, you know, because it might pull us something like a Roblox and go maybe all the way up to the 21-day at 2080, whatever. Next, it is what it is. Microsoft, no one wanted it. Now that held the double bottom, if you will. PDD, speaking about double bottoms. Actually, Alexis told me to buy that one. Laughed at him. Dollar General finally. Did that do anything? Risk is not worth the reward there with Dollar General. A, it's a retailer, and B, it's a retailer. I did see Walmart take some calls. Costco still had the room, made the move similar to a Micron move. They could have blasted it and it pulled a Micron. Went absolutely, you know, by the way, it looks still good. But you know what? It's almost like the bifurcation market. So I talked about the neighborhood analogy yesterday about how some time ago, you know, it is what it is now, and that's fine. But used to be more complacent. You had like a neighborhood of stocks and you protected that neighborhood. Now, even within neighborhood, stocks are acting poorly. Here's Target as opposed to Walmart. What's another, you know, General Motors, you know, as compared to something like a Tesla. I don't know if in the same church or different. Okay, here's another one. Devon Energy was taking a massive amount of calls all last year. That was a good oil short if you wanted one, as opposed to ExxonMobil. You know what I mean? So it's almost like you have to go door to door now and just check on each individual house instead of just letting the neighborhood go. And it takes a little bit more work, but that's okay. You know what I mean? That's okay. It makes you a bit to rethink what you would be doing if you weren't in the trade is the way that I've been handling things lately. If I wasn't in Exxon right now, what would I think about it? I'll move on because I want to get to more active things. Okay, let's look at Schlumberger giving it all back. Now at the 50-day moving average, not enough volume to make it. Last time Schlumberger was at the 50-day moving average, the last couple of times, at least with similar volume. Remember, is maybe some people want to take a profit at the end of the quarter. For crying out loud, they're almost up 25, 30%. CarMax did the rip in the dip. We should be shorting that one. Was AN, the same move. CarMax, auto loans. Where's the move on this? They did the dip in the rip today. I wanted to trade it. Actually, right in the open. All right, CarMax. You know, it's not the best trading stock, but you know, it's coming up to these levels. It had the volume, but you know what? After it has big volume days, it dies down. That's it. If you're wrong in it, then it's going to be like a mosquito bite. It's going to nibble at you. Then it's going to be like one day it'll be down like 4 or 5%. You'd be like, I knew it, but you don't want to average down because it's the wrong thing to do. And I move on. Planeteer had the big move. Now it's going green to red. Another move, another one. It's a bad move. Planetary gave it all back. Vert. ARM. I'm a buyer. I just bought it. Oh, look at Mike V here. I just bought it at the low. That's Mike V. 23. Okay, so let's mark it. Why did I buy it? That's the question. Oh, right here. Basic. I'll buy the next lot, 53.55, but I did buy it there. What did I buy? 2,600. I could have sold it at 54.42. I could have made a quick dollar. Could have made some lunch money. 26. But I'm not into making lunch money. I honestly like the position. It is happening to do with like Nevada does and the rest of the stocks in that sector. But ARM, it's a channel. Listen, even going on this, the 1 minute. Who trades a 1 minute? I got yelled at for trading in 1 minute. Listen, the levels are clear. Here's the channel here. Here's the base here. Here's another channel. You could draw a freaking, it's a very linear situation at the moment. I'm not going to lie. It looks that way. So I'm in it. What do you got? 2,600 shares. I actually think I had it long this morning too when I sold it. Something happened. Wait, I did sell it. I had it long this morning and I sold it here. All right. I like it here actually. Now, where am I looking on this type of situation? Where would I be looking to add or sell? Let's be positive and looking to add. It's like I said, it's a Friday. I'd like it to go back to 55, the strike price. I think it might be too early on. Actually, ARM, I think, does trade options. So I'd like to be basing it the 55 strike price, but it makes some funky moves. For example, look at yesterday. Yesterday at the close, by the way, the stock at 350 was breaking high at 56.50. At the close, it was 55.30. So people are still in the hole. It's playing some games. So people are still in the hole a little bit. I just happen to pick the bottom on air, at least for now. I digress and move on. All right, I want to say something. I have to start doing an end of the week video because I want to talk about how this built up into me buying longs or being mixed. There's always an issue. Not an issue. I usually have a reason for being things long or short. Let's finish and continue. Where are my glasses? God damn it. All right, what I'm going to say is I started off the video saying, I can't keep going back and going back. You have to go back to our YouTube channel, part of our 3,300 subscribers. We're getting, Coach already got, this was coaching yesterday, got 315 views. Jesus doesn't get that many views, although he is a paid subscriber. So I implore you, please, to go back and watch the videos. It's a short-term, a medium, and a long-term dossier of what we believe in and what we do. We're not always right, but certainly, we have high-level opinions and transparent. We're free and we're honest. And I can't think of a better equation for that for success. And by the way, that just goes along hand in hand with the rest of Tradeview markets as we grow day by day and bigger. So I digress. Again, I promise I'll stop using that word. I'm just trying to go too fast and fit everything in. Okay. Let's go back. Where do we sit now? Bigger picture in the market. The VIX, that was a nice buy signal. Paul, he's in the pub. There's my universe, shared everything. I shouldn't say that Paul's not. He's at his desk. I'm not going to belittle his. I don't care where he is. He'd be in a rehab facility. He's a hell of a freaking trader. I hope he's not. But I actually hope he is to help us, like Mark D. There's the picture on the long medium term on the on the SPX. It's pretty linear too, as well as going into this. A lot of the market, even Gerard posted. I don't know where Gerard's been the rest of the day. Maybe he only sleeps during the day. This was the overall spread between overbought and oversold stocks. Okay, you're not going to pick the bottom, but as stocks like, Apple, long term, or let's go to the long term chart, were looked like they were going to, if you're waiting. Listen, another thing, you never get the perfect setup. If you're waiting for Apple to see it had all the orders between 166, even if they overshot at the 165, and then you thought you were going to walk away, it doesn't happen like that. So it didn't get close to the 200-day, but Apple, Microsoft, all the stocks that were getting hurt, and the magnificent 7. Google was the one that was taking the short-term options, by the way. Now it's, now it's going red, obviously, as Microsoft are at the high. It's just what it does. Nevada, we're keeping an eye on. I'm typing back to my days when I was typing aggressively. What else? CCL reported. Look at this move in this freaking thing. Now I'm going to get the stock. Look at the range in CCL today. Let me go to Miller, all my bids here. I'm going to get I don't know if I want it. Here are my bids on CCL. 800, 1,000, 600, 1,600 for a feeler. I don't know if I want it. Royal Caribbean, CCL. I'm usually good at getting these type of prices, but CCL, even let's look at the pre-market start time. Let's look at 7:30 a.m. This thing was wild. Once after reported, the high was 1560 and the low, pardon me, was 1367. So now it's at the low at even pre-market. Is this the proverbial double bottom, Alexis? Or do I want it? And by the way, I don't want this 1350. It's only for 800 shares, but your smallest position can lead to the biggest losers. That could turn into 24,000. The stock's in 20, goes to 2075, 1275. I shouldn't say that. I wouldn't do it that low. I don't like the sector. So, okay, so here's CCL. I was bidding it right here at the gap. Let's do some reasons why I'm doing this. So the gap was 1336. That's my nibble point. All right, so if they go, bottom line is, in my final point, actually, it's not my final point. The 200-day is 1265. The gap at CCL is 1260. My lowest bid right now is what? 1293. And the most I'll have is what? 3,000 shares. But I don't know if I'll want it there. Keep an eye on it. CCL at earnings, active. Next. What else was I looking at? AOI. Jabil was up 12 yesterday, 13. By the way, it took it. It worked for a little bit. Oh, hold on. It worked for a little bit. Started from 9:30 a.m. It worked. You didn't get paid. I mean, you took a risk. 124. You were smart. You sold at 120. I apologize. Disney. It was Chewy. I get cocksucker. Sorry. Micron. All right, we got some longs though. I'm not gonna lie. Was it ARM? ARM? We gotta add to this ARM. By 600 ARM market. Giddy up. Top ticket. What else? CVS is going. GC Coles. Could have been someone. Damn it. My first offer was 20. This could be this is one I'm gonna regret selling. That had the volume yesterday. This Coles could go back to 2260. Even Macy's is above it. Oh, I shouldn't have sold Coles. J-Win. I might have to buy it back. I have to buy it back. Don't let me do it. Don't let me. Let's just print it up. All right. So if Coles going, what's the rest of them doing? Nike back up. Did it go? CarMax. VSS. Where's my QS? That thing back up. Damn it. Wayfair, Coles back up. What's moving? Macy's is moving top left. So they're picking up a couple of retails and squeezing Macy's and stuff right now. All right. All right. They got Macy's. LUV off the bottom. Disney. I saw it going by. You can't watch that one. You're putting a stop at a new low. Hopefully it turn around by Christmas. Everybody wakes up to stocks at 88. You know what I mean? That's that type of tree. Gaps ripping. Target ripping. It's because crude's down. Target. Now they're taking up Target. Target. It was Dollar General. Yep. We had the low. That was the low. Dollar General. 5-minute chart. Rounding. Get the volume. Never. This was the bottom right here. 105.50. That's where I should have been buying it. Trade. All right. What's Walmart? Took the calls this morning. I pointed it out, but that's doing the opposite naturally. Dollar Tree. Acting well. I don't know why I'm going through all these. Well, they're doing the same thing. Costco should be going up and breaking highs. That's the real one. Coin, ARM, AMAT, MU, NVIDIA, Shopify took all the calls. Didn't want it. It did. Coaches breaking below the 200-day. Reclaimed it with volume. Off to the races. Microsoft, the big ones are moving up. Weight Watchers still looking good. They're trying to shake people out of the Weight Watchers the other day from 9 right back up to 11. You got to be careful of this one. Even Lily's pulling back and Weight Watchers is acting well. Weight Watchers, got to watch it. CCJ. UCS, PayPal, Square. All right. Probably should have been buying it back. Right here. It's a 1 minute chart though. Square, right here. 44.58 breaks to 45.30. Might go to 40. Should go to 47. At least 47. But I'm schnitzeling it. You know what I mean? What else am I in? Uber, Air, DraftKings, Target, Win, LI, JD. I had that overnight. I punted the majority of it. Any questions? Or am I on the wrong street? You know what? My opinions at this point of what I do doesn't matter. It's what's going forward. I'm going to start doing a week wrap-up video. Is what things and how I handle it day by day so I don't get more personal. Okay, what do we have here? Bullish flow and Dell. I pointed that right before I came on the air. Dell, bullish flow. Dell computer, the old Dell computer. Oh, look at this freaking thing. This is tasty. Dell, take a lot of option flow today. This is the long-term chart. Get familiar with it. This is worth some lottos, especially. Oh, there it is. Dell, the weekly. Listen, options tell the story. What I didn't pull it out of my hat. Dell bullish flow all over the place. Got to note it. I'm not going to argue with it. Certainly a chart I went short. Dell. Swix. Shop bullish. The Bank of Boulevard indicator almost all the way to the extreme bearish. Square bullish. You're going out till November. All right. Some guy maybe said this might be a little whip. It might be a little whippy for the next month. But he's stepping up. And how much is he putting in here? This freaking guy. He's going for 1.5 million for 45 calls in the money. I like that. Listen, Square might take a little bit of time. I'm not going to go in and buy another 8. You know, I was trading it. I was early. I'm going to buy. I might leg into it with a stock like this. You know, but it is taking good volume, good option volume. GLD, the chart, self-explanatory. Coach, Dell, Square again. This guy, another million. Square, another million. Square. SMCI. Oh, this is just recently. This guy's going in this freaking thing. What was earlier this morning? Dell. MU coming to get a little toppy. What a move from 63 to 68. Dell. Did I get the picture? Comcast. All right. This sectors might be Comcast daily, and this might be maybe they buy some. Look, Comcast is coming in. Why? Para. What's up? Para. Rounding bottom. Bish. My God. You know what I mean? I'm done with those. Fitch bullish. Interesting. Do I have any questions, guys? You know what? Let's go to this one. Thanks, you. Okay, this is the most important. This is the treasure map. Here, care what it is. My opinion. You mute me. Doesn't matter what my opinion is. Tops. Weight Watchers on there. Be careful. Look at this. FEMI. FEMY is the stock, the short low floater of the day. FEMI. And here's FEMI. Here's FEMI. Femalysis. All right, gotcha. It's over $3 now. I can trade. Now I'll buy in the top ticket. Actually, I don't think that way. FEMI for the low floater. There's the chart for those who want to follow it. I don't know. You know, FEMI. Okay, Weight Watchers mentioned GCT. Not interested. Volume. Well, it's less 60 minutes. Victoria's Secret. Interesting. Not interesting. SPWH. No. STEM. Sabre. GCT, so Weight Watchers and FEMI. Let's look at losers the last 60. Let's look at the percent losers last 60 minutes. Big list. Boyle. I want to buy that, I think, in the whole, because I did buy some UNG sweeps, but I'm not that really keen on buying these triple ETFs in the last day of the month. They usually pop the next day. I'll watch it like at 4 o'clock in the morning, Monday, AM. Okay, CarMax gave it a little bit, the high 72.44. I'm interested in that. We brought it up. Snowflake, Dollar General, AAP. Not interested. Not interested. Fizzler. These are, but you know what? These are percent gainers less. I'm sorry. CF back. Target. Oh, let's look at the losers. What happened? Percent losers. I'm saying to myself. Losers. Carnival Cruise Lines. We're getting close to that bid. We're going to cancel right after we get on here. Pardon, most active. To no surprise, FEMI. They're playing the NASDAQ up and down. Long and short today. Planetaire brought that up. CCL brought that up. AMD brought that up. Didn't bring up Amazon. SLV, Coach brought that up. Nike brought it up. NVIDIA brought it up. DLT. So we brought up Riven. We brought up majority of the stocks in a condensed situation of with the most active stocks here on this webcast, if you will. Let's look at percent gainers on the intraday. What do we? Blue Apron got taken out. FEMI. What's with the volume? Edit. I'm interested in. Edit. I'm interested in. Coles. Doesn't have the volume yet. If it comes in with it, I think it's being added. I'm going to get that up. I'll post that later. WBA. We saw the option volume. Onion brought it up. Nike still hanging in the 95 area. Melco not interested. Piton not interested. Under Armour is obviously up. Let's look at the top percent losers for the day so we can write down in our book later what we're interested in playing. Intraday. What's with the what's with the volume that we have an interest in? Hold on a second. Oprah Winfrey. Look at Oprah. Oprah Winfrey. Look at Oprah. Where are you, P-Rod? Where are we buying the Oprah here? Oh, Oprah. Don't get me started at the long-term weekly 50-day. Oprah. I can't do it. Can't do it. I don't want to get involved in this thing on Friday. I'm going overboard. I'm sorry. Oprah, can't do it. BMI, CCL, Carnival, not interested. UVIX, GH gave a little bit of back. That's it, guys. As of 11:30 now, the money's been made. Although there could be a lot of positioning, end of the quarter, literally last day of the trading month, getting into the close. So be aware of positioning, be aware of option flow. Obviously, the common denominator has been dealt. The movers, the Carnival Cruise Lines, that's it, Carnival. I don't besides any day trading action, keep an eye on obviously. No, you know what? Keep an eye on the stocks we've been posting in TGH. I've been posting them for a reason. So leave it up with there. If you missed the video, go back to the Red YouTube channel and just be active in the room. Just remember, don't be shy. It's a lot of different trading styles here. Everybody's got their own style, and I have my style, and I think I do it pretty well. I could be it doesn't mean that you can't be it. Coach has his own style, and he does it very well. So don't get thrown off here. We are a room that throws a lot of financial instruments at you. We have a reasoning for doing that, and even more so, if we get asked, we answer them right away. At the very least, is if I throw this information out, the least I could do is be there to edify or answer any other questions there. It's honor. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I hope it was a good week. I'll take all questions after. I thank you for everybody being in the room, and just let us know how we can do better than next time. And I'm welcome to all comments, questions, and complaints. We don't want to waste your time. Certainly don't want to waste mine or anybody that trades with. So until then, trade well. Thanks for sharing.